Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's International Women's Day apparently. And I've been looking around and I don't see anyone who is promoting this talking about women's fitness. And I think we should be. Now, I am going to get a little political here, not as political as I get on my Firearm and Politics channel. But in this case, there are social issues and social agendas that I feel personally put women's fitness, women's health, and women's athletics under direct attack. So let me put on my +5 out of weaponsmithing, work on skilling up my crafting a little bit, and let's talk about this. And the reason we need to talk about this is because we know, for example, that lifting weights reduces your chances of getting cancer by 50%. All right? We all know someone out there who we've known at some point in our lives who have died of breast cancer, uterine cancer, ovarian cancer. These things are very weird, very, very real. I know multiple women who suffered from these things in my life. So yeah, these are serious issues. Weightlifting cuts your cancer chances of getting cancers in half, and it doubles your odds of surviving cancer if you get it. Lifting weights reduces diabetes rates by 80%. All right, diabetes is a killer. Weightlifting reverses and slows osteoporosis up to 20 to 25 years. Postmenopausal women, osteoporosis is one of the biggest health problems they run into. So when we aren't out here promoting women resistance training, women being athletic, we are killing women. All right, that is violence against women. That's violence against women. To keep them out of the weight room, to encourage them not to be fit, not to exercise, is killing them. And that is exactly what we're seeing. First, I'm going to talk about feminism. Modern feminism has promoted this idea, and all these feminist leaders I see are obese and refuse to care about their health, their well-being, anything else. Now, they claim the reason for it is because they don't need a man. Therefore, they don't need to be attractive for a man. But they're going to allow their contempt of men to kill them 20 or 30 years early, for them to be fat, out of shape, to die of heart attacks, to die of diabetes, to die of cancer, because they don't care about looking good for a man. Well, why don't they care about their own well-being? And the example they set promotes the same thing to other women. It is disempowering to women. It is telling women that the only reason to care about your fitness is to get a man. That's actually what it's telling them. That is what it's telling them. Instead of saying, hey, fitness is empowering. Fitness will make you feel better. Fitness will make you physically stronger, mentally stronger. It will make you healthier. It will keep you from getting cancer. It will keep you from getting diabetes. It will help keep you from dying 20 or 30 years younger from these life-destroying and quality of life-destroying diseases. They're promoting that. And then along with that is the fat acceptance movement going hand in hand with it. That's right there with a lot of this modern feminist ideas of telling women that it's okay to love your body how you are, that you should love and accept yourself even if you've turned your body into a garbage pile, that you've made a conscious choice to eat garbage and shit all day long that is killing you, and you're being sedentary, and we know being sedentary will kill you. Every medical doctor in the world agrees on that. Being sedentary will kill you. Eating garbage will kill you. Being obese will kill you. This isn't self-love. To teach people that it's okay to love your body when you have destroyed and ravaged it through poor choices, that's okay. That's what it's telling them. That's not self-love. That is self-hatred. And that isn't love of women. That is hatred of women. To tell them that it's okay for them to destroy their bodies and to kill themselves of a dozen different man-made diseases that come as a result of being obese, of having a bad diet, and being sedentary. All right, the fat acceptance movement is murder as far as I'm concerned. It is killing women. It is giving them terrible ideas early on that are going to kill them. As far as I'm concerned, that is hatred of women. The fat acceptance movement is hatred of women. It is attacking their health and harming them in a very, very real way for the short-term benefit of feeling a little better about themselves. It is destroying their health and destroying their bodies. All right, this stuff has to go. These ideas that feminism is promoting, and the only reason to be fit or to be in shape is to get a man, has to go. This is anti-female. This is destructive to women. It is insane. Both of these ideas are insane, and they are harming women. Why aren't they talking about that today? The other thing, how about the fact that we have made a joke of female athletics? You want to know how many women learn to get in shape and stay in shape for life? They get involved in high school sports. They get involved in college sports. You know, tons of women out there only could afford to go to college because they got an athletic scholarship to get the degree that they wanted. Now we have documented cases today because of the transgender movement, this discussion of trying to give rights to a group that is now considered to be a protected minority, not a mental disease or anything. I'm not even going to get into that parts. But this group has been given extra rights to the point to where it has harmed another group. In this case, it's a previously disparaged group, women. Because there are now documented cases of male to female transgender athletes, and we know, it's like I've tried to explain repeatedly, that is not a fair playing field. Men are, simply put, stronger and faster than women, even without the presence of testosterone. That's reality. That's why we give women their own divisions. But rather than accept and embrace the unique differences between men and women, which would be female empowerment, we've now said that men who were born as men, if they go through a little bit of treatment and maybe have some surgery and have some parts removed, may now compete as females. In many, many states in the U.S., many countries around the world, also this is allowed. And here's the thing. They're still going to be stronger and faster due to growing up with a Y chromosome, due to the difference in muscle fiber distribution, due to the differences in bone density. That doesn't change with just a couple years of hormone replacement therapy. It doesn't change that. And there are women, documented cases now, just like one of the first ones I covered over a year ago, there are documented cases of women losing their scholarships to male athletes who are transgender and being allowed to compete as women, who have lost scholarships because of it, had pivotal track matches and things or meets to where they were doing that was going to make or break their scholarship, and they took second place behind a transgender. It's now happened several times. Transgender rights used to be about giving minority groups rights so that everyone had equal rights, but as long as it didn't hurt anyone. In this case, the actual transgender rights is directly harming women, and it is attacking female athletics, and it is basically telling women, well, we've always known all along that men are better at sports, and even though we gave you your own divisions, we're going to go ahead and take the top spots away from you. We're going to allow men who are born as men to compete against you if they go through a transgender process. So now, basically, if you weren't born a man, you really weren't good. You're really not good enough to be in sports. That's the message that it sends to young women. That is the message that it sends to them. And it will continue to put many of them off from sports, which will put women off from fitness and athletics in general in the long term. And it is stealing scholarships from young women. That's unacceptable. Why aren't these feminists screaming about this? They should be. That is an attack upon women's rights to compete on a level playing field in sports. That is an attack upon them. That is anti-female. That's anti-woman. Why isn't that being addressed? Why isn't anyone talking about that? The other big deal, fake natties. And now this isn't a big political issue, but it's an issue in this community. Fake natties. All right, the majority of women don't want to look like a fucking man. And everyone can say whatever they want, but it's because this community has gone so extreme in the online fitness world that they forget what a woman looks like anymore, because so many women who claim natural use so many male hormones that this community has lost sight of what women look like who lift weights and train hard. And then you have people like Dana Lynn Bailey, who is not a conservative user of male hormones. She is an abuser. All right, she is an abuser. She doesn't just use a little bit of male hormones. She abuses them. And it's very, very clear to anyone who understands the human body when they look at her. It shouldn't even be subject for debate. Unfortunately, it is, but it's blaringly obvious. And then when she goes around telling people, hey, or any of these women who look like that, tell people, hey, this is just through hard work and diet. No hormones involved. I haven't taken anything. When they're taking copious amounts, that puts women off from wanting to lift weights because they're scared they might look like that. Now, some people will say that's absurd. They shouldn't think that they're going to accidentally trained as hard as her, look like her, she trained so hard. But you know what? She trains so hard because she uses substances that facilitate improved work capacity and improved recovery that normal women wouldn't have either. All right. People forget you can inject work ethic. All right. Work ethic doesn't have to come natural. Work ethic also comes in a syringe. And that is a known fact. So that's also nonsense. You want to know who's conservative users of male hormones? Like most college cheerleaders I've met use a little bit of gear. They use just a little bit, small amount. All right. And they still look very feminine. They don't look like they have masculine bodies. They lift weights and use very small amounts of these substances very, very frequently. Anavar, Winstrol, clenbuterol, those are very commonly used by cheerleaders. They don't look like these other women. Fake natties put women off from pursuing fitness because they're scared of looking like that. And we do need to address that point. If you want to get women involved in fitness in larger numbers, something has to be done about these fake natties who run around and scream how they're natural and clean and don't use any drugs when they're using tons of drugs. And they put out the idea that with just hard work, a woman can look like a man. All right, that is not helping this cause either. So again, something we need to talk about if we're going to talk about women's fitness and getting women in the weight room. So that's my point about International Women's Day. You know what? I think fitness and health, I think that's empowering to women. That's what I think is empowering to women. That's my opinion on it. Teaching women to be physically fit and strong and able-bodied and healthy and to not get breast cancer and ovarian cancer and osteoporosis and diabetes, I think that's empowering to women. That's just my opinion, though. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.